Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here with the Dong Report, here to give you my favorite MLB home run picks of the day. I ended up playing today pretty heavily. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's a lot of Dong Machine pitchers on the mound today, and I wanted to get a piece of a lot of those Dong Machine pitchers. So I'm playing today with 8 players on Dong Watch. I'm not going to have a round robin, which I will explain when I get into the picks. It just didn't make sense today. So I'm playing all 8 of these guys straight up. Pretty juicy Dong day today. Let's hope that we can have a good one. Yesterday, we did get Ohtani to hit a home run, but unfortunately, none of our straight guys hit a home run. I should definitely phrase that differently. None of the guys that we took straight up hit a home run. And then Ohtani, we put in a round robin, so we did not get any of our stake back there. Down 1.5 units yesterday. That concludes just a miserable week with the Dong Report. 7 straight days of not a lot of luck. Hopefully that turns around today. I love the board today, which I've loved the board the past couple days, hasn't come through. Very confident that it's going to come through today. On the entire season, we're still up over the 10 unit mark, like up a little bit over 12 units or something like that. We've lost a lot over the past 7 days, but we gained a lot the past couple days prior to that. So it's all just the ebbs and flows of dongs and how things go. Again, 8 players on Dong Watch today that I absolutely love. Before we get into that, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and then like and comment on this video. Let me know who you like to hit a home run. And then I also do have a dub club where I send all my plays out across all sports. $5 a month gets everything sent directly to your phone. If you're interested, check that out. If you're not interested, you want to get everything for free on YouTube, no problem. Let's start talking dongs. So the first play that we're going to go ahead and lock in here is in the Orioles versus Dodgers game, and I'm taking Will Smith to hit a home run. The Fresh Prince, let's hope that he comes yard for us today. Plus 525 odds at BetMGM, putting a half unit on this one. The reason why I'm not playing a round robin, I ended up having a lot of guys in the same game, which is always confusing with the round robin. And there was no consensus book that had the best odds. There were some players where FanDuel was wildly different. There were some players where DraftKings or Bet365 were wildly different. It just didn't make sense from an expected value perspective to play these as a round robin. So I didn't do it, playing all these guys straight up. So Will Smith going up against a left-handed pitcher tonight in Cade Povich, who stinks. The good news is Cade Povich throws a four-seam fastball as his most frequent pitch, and Will Smith hits lefties really hard, hits four-seam fastballs from lefties really hard as well. On the entire season, his average exit velocity against the four-seam fastball, 95.2 miles per hour. That's really, really good. Now, hitters are going to have higher exit velocity, or faster, I should say, exit velocity against four-seam fastballs. But to put Will Smith's in perspective for you, higher than his teammate Mookie Betts, higher than his teammate Teoscar Hernandez, 2 guys that hit pretty well. Will Smith hits four-seam fastballs better than them. He's got a hard hit rate of 54.45% and a fly ball rate, and this is the most important one, fly ball rate of 63%. You get that ball hard, you get that ball put in the air, that equals home run. And both of those numbers, that hard hit rate and fly ball rate, higher than the same 2 guys, Mookie Betts, Teoscar Hernandez. Next up is the curveball, which admittedly, I will say he doesn't hit that hard off of lefties. It's also not a ton of plate appearances, so it's hard to really know what's going on there in like 9 plate appearances against against a curveball. Next up is the changeup. My head's going 100 miles an hour. He'll see a changeup about 16% of the time. Hits changeups pretty well. 11% barrel rate, 333 ISO rate against changeups from lefties. And if you look at the past month, his counting stats against left-handed pitching doesn't look great. Like he hasn't gotten a lot of hits or a lot of home runs, but he's consistently hit the ball hard and he's consistently put the ball in the air with a 54.55% fly ball rate against lefties over the last month. And against the four-seamers specifically, literally a 100% hard hit rate. When he's making contact with the ball, he's crushing it. He hasn't quite gotten one to go yard, but he's putting the ball in the air and hitting it hard against an awful Orioles pitcher tonight against, Cade Povich. Very confident that he comes through for us. Next up, I have 2 players in the Giants versus Brewers game. Again, every single one of these bets, I'm just taking straight up. I'm putting a quarter unit on Matt Chapman to hit a home run at plus 400, and I am putting a half a unit, 0.5 units on Grant McCray to hit a home run plus 550 odds at Bet365. You can also get that at BetMGM. For context, the closest book for Chapman was plus 350, while FanDuel had Grant McCray at plus 450. So 100 points different for McCray, 50 for Chapman. Now, these two are going up against Aaron Savale of the Brewers. Absolutely stinks. Aaron Savale is terrible, one of the worst dong pitchers in the MLB. I think he's got the second worst home run per 9 in the MLB. He's equally as bad against righties and lefties. So we're targeting a righty in Matt Chapman, and we're targeting a lefty in Grant McCray. Now, Chapman has been crushing fastballs, crushing right-handed pitching recently. He's been on fire over the last 2 weeks. He's hit 2 home runs total over the last 2 weeks against righties, which isn't amazing. But what is amazing, 14.81% barrel rate and a 55% hard hit rate. And Matt Chapman has incredible stats against Savale's pitch mix, which will predominantly be the sinker 38% of the time. Chapman crushes sinkers. The issue is he hasn't been able to put them in the air. They've been mostly line drives or even ground balls, which that's not amazing. But he mashes sinkers with a 66.67, so 2/3 hard hit rate against sinkers from righties over the last 2 weeks. But as I mentioned, he hasn't been able to lift it. But Aaron Savale, part of what makes him such a bad home run pitcher is he allows batters to put the ball in the air. So if there was ever a time where Chapman could put the ball in the air on a sinker, it would be against Aaron Savale. And then as for Grant McCray, everything with him is going to be a small sample size because he was literally called up 2 weeks ago on August 14th. Since he's been called up, he's been on fire. It's been 2 full weeks. 3 home runs total, 279 ISO rate in those 2 weeks, with a 20.8% barrel rate and an average exit velocity of 92.6 miles per hour. Very, very good numbers there. And he's literally done all of his damage against right-handed pitching, which is what he's going to be facing tonight in Aaron Savale. And even more specific than that, he's done all of his damage against cutters, which against lefties, Savale's the righty. Against left-handed hitters, he throws cutters the majority of the time. So his pitch mix changes depending on the handedness of the pitcher. Against righties, mostly sinkers. Against lefties, mostly cutters. Literally all 3 of the home runs that Grant McCray has hit have come off of cutters. He's seen 3 cutters. All 3 have been sent to the moon. So let's hope he does that today. Let's hope both of these guys hit home runs. Next up, I'm taking Jackson Merrill to hit a home run. Jackson Merrill has been absolutely on fire recently, and getting this at plus 630 odds is an absolute gift. Somebody at FanDuel is going to get fired for having Jackson Merrill at plus 630 odds. Every other book, literally every other book, is in the plus 400s, with the closest book being plus 450. Half unit on this one. It's probably my favorite play on the board when you consider the batter, when you consider the matchup, and when you consider the odds. Merrill's been on fire recently. He's going to win NL Rookie of the Year. He mashes right-handed pitching, which is what he's going to be facing tonight. He mashes fastballs from right-handed pitching, which is the majority of what he's going to see tonight. And Sonny Gray, wow, Sonny Gray has the name value of an ace pitcher, not someone that you want to target for a home run prop. Sonny Gray can get hit up by lefties. He's really, really not good against lefties, and that's what Jackson Merrill is, on fire. Love Jackson Merrill, and a lot of this, again, it's the value here. Plus 630 at FanDuel. Every other book is in the plus 400s. It's just somebody, like I said, somebody at FanDuel is going to get fired for that price. I'll gladly take advantage of it. That is what our 4th play. Play number 5. I'm taking Jarren Duran to hit a home run. Plus 750 odds at FanDuel. This one I'm putting 0.4 units on it, and I know the unit sizing might seem a little weird. Basically, what I tried to do was make it so we can get one of these guys to hit a home run and get very close to profit. That's kind of the case with like Matt Chapman. If he hits a home run, we're going to basically break even, be a little bit in the green. Jackson Merrill, if he hits a home run, same thing. We'll get most of our money back. That's kind of why I did the the unit sizing the way I did. And Jarren Duran is the same thing. Plus 750 for him is crazy. It's another price that I just could not pass up. Now, the weather in Boston is not very conducive for home runs. That's why we're getting Jarren Duran at plus 750 odds, but still, it's a short left field at Fenway Park, which is part of it. And like I said, he's just been mashing the baseball. He's got 6 home runs off of righties over the past month, 11.76% barrel rate, 49% hard hit rate, which again, that doesn't look amazing, but it's 6 home runs, which is the kicker here. And if you look at the last 4 weeks, he's hit 4 home runs against right-handed pitching. All 4 of those home runs have come off of a 4-seam fastball. That's what he will see over 50% of the time tonight. Now, the pitcher for the Blue Jays isn't terrible, so this is not a play where we are targeting a dong machine type of pitcher. But It's more so just backing one of the hottest batters on the planet, and the fact that Bowden Francis throws a four-seam fastball over 50% of the time. That's where Duran, again, has done most of his damage. All 4 of his home runs in the last 2 weeks have come off of four-seam fastballs from righties. And we're getting it at plus 750 odds, which is crazy. Again, a lot of this is just hunting the value here. And then our last 3 plays are all going to be in the same game. We're talking Braves versus Phillies, one of the best weather games of the day for home runs. And we're targeting another dong machine, dong ball type of pitcher in old man, Big Daddy, Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton is 95 years old. He's had a good career. It's amazing how he's been able to pitch for so long. He has not been good this year. In the last 2 months worth of data, he's given up a home run to every 9.2 at-bats against right-handed hitters. Basically, every time he goes through the lineup, he's allowing one righty to hit a home run, which is terrible, laughably bad. Now, I get that the Phillies didn't do anything at the plate yesterday. The success for the Phillies was not getting no hit. The good news is, going up against Spencer Arrighetti one day, and then going up against Charlie Morton the next day, that's like going from JV to not even JV to like college. That's the difference between those 2 pitchers. And Morton, despite being a righty, significantly worse against right-handed hitters, as I mentioned. In the last 2 months, a home run every 9.2 at-bats against righties. That's terrible. We're going to have 2 righties today in Trey Turner and Nick Castellanos. I guess I should have mentioned. The 3 players we have are Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos, and Brandon Marsh. I'm putting a half unit on Trey Turner at plus 560. Very juicy price. I'm putting 0.35 units on Nick Castellanos at plus 750. Very juicy price. And I'm putting a quarter unit on Brandon Marsh at plus 1100. Incredible price on Brandon Marsh. I don't get what the books are doing with that one. So with to get back to Turner and Castellanos, the 2 righties, both of them have extremely high chase rates. As a Phillies fan, they're incredibly annoying to watch play baseball because they just constantly chase sliders out of the zone. The good news is Morton doesn't have strikeout stuff. He gets by placement, not by striking batters out. And he allows a home run per 9 of 1.95 to righties on the season. That's horrible. That's terrible. Both of them have hit his pitch mix very hard over the last 2 weeks, which will mostly be a curveball and a four-seam fastball. And then as for Marsh, he's quietly been mashing recently. You look at Brandon Marsh's stats over the last 2 weeks, last month, hitting the ball incredibly hard, should not be priced where he is. Against the same 2 pitches, which is what Morton also throws the most frequently against lefties as well. So there's no difference between righties and lefties. He still throws a four-seam fastball and a curveball the majority of the time. Brandon Marsh has a average exit velocity above 100 miles per hour against those 2 pitches from righties. 21% barrel rate, 83% hard hit rate, plus 1100 for him is crazy. Schwarber's also a good play. Harper I don't like as much because Harper can't hit off-speed stuff, so they're going to throw him a bunch of curveballs, which he hasn't been able to hit. So if you want to take Schwarber, I don't want to have 4 guys in the same game, but if you wanted to take Schwarber, I wouldn't talk you out of it. But I love the board today. A couple dong ball pitchers, a couple red hot batters. Put that together. Hopefully we have a good day today. Any combination of 2 will equal pretty big profit. Anything more than that will equal very big profit. And if we get 1, we'll do most of our money back, if not a little bit of profit, depending on who the one guy is. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the Dub Club if you are interested, and have a good one.